Hello. Today I have a story for you called Phileas' Fortune. And it's a story I dedicate to my friend and colleague Griselda Beacon, because thanks to Griselda, this story is in my hands. So thank you, Gri. What would I do without you? Phileas' Fortune, a story about self-expression, by Agnès de Lestrade, illustrated by Valeria Docampo, an Argentinian illustrator. And there's a reflection that doesn't really allow us to see much. But as you can see, we see a little boy and a net, a butterfly net, and something here which looks like smoke or something. So here we go. The colors of the story, as you can see, are brownish and reddish. So the red is like ruby, like the stone, and that's how we start. We start with a red or ruby background and letters, scattered letters. And it starts with this. What is this? It looks like a castle, like a fortress. And what's this? And what is coming out of that? So there is an odd place in a strange land where words are made in a huge factory, in a huge word factory. So there is a factory, and the factory produces words. Shops and boutiques all over town sell the words. Have a look at these shops. So there are different shops and they sell different words. There are big words. There are sweet words, and so on. In this odd place, in this strange land, people buy and swallow the words they need to speak. So if you need a certain word, if I have to say, come here please, I need to buy come and here and please. I have to eat it, swallow it, and then I can say them. What a strange idea. Have a look. What is this? Yes, that's the factory. And so the huge word factory churns out words all day and all night. Beautiful words and hideous words, grown-up terms and baby talk. Precious and silly expressions, all sorts of words that people need to speak to one another. Look. What is she doing? She's having that letter or that word for later on. As you might expect, some words are very valuable and cost much more than other words. And so in this odd place, in this strange land, some people can't afford to buy certain words. Certain words are very expensive, so very few people have those words. Which would be your most expensive word? If you don't have money in this strange land, you might find words in trash cans or scattered in gutters in the street. But often these words are dull and boring, like plop or plant. Words sometimes go on sale, but usually the words that are on sale are old-fashioned and pretty useless. Now, which would be a useless word for you? Here they suggest carriage, this vehicle used a long time ago, pulled by horses, which we no longer have, and probably that useless word is on sale and costs very little money. And have a look at these children. What are they doing? They seem to be catching words with a butterfly net. If you're really lucky, you can find good words floating in the air. Words like sugar and daisy the flower. Phileas and his friends like to catch these words with nets and say them to their parents at dinner time. Have a look. Phileas today caught 3 words, but he won't share them with his parents tonight because he is saving them for Sibel, because tomorrow it's Sibel's birthday. What do you think these words are? Sibel lives right next door. They are neighbors. He wishes he could say, "Hello, Sibel, how are you?" But he doesn't have those words. He wishes he could say, "Happy birthday to you, Sibel." But he doesn't have those words either. He really wishes he could say, "I love you." But he hasn't saved enough to buy those words. Instead, Phileas just smiles at Sibel. And do you think Sibel understands what the smile means? At that very moment, look, who appears? Not sure you can see, but this is a person. And this person is called Oscar. Now, Oscar doesn't sound and doesn't look very friendly, does he? He doesn't look very kind either. He doesn't use his expression because he doesn't need them. He shouts his words. Look, he shouts, "I love you with all my heart, Sibel. When we grow up, I know we will marry." Oscar is ruining Phileas' surprise. Oscar does not smile at Phileas. Instead, he shouts. Wow, Phileas thinks. Those words must have cost a fortune. Look at him. He's not feeling very happy. He's not feeling very confident either. He's thinking, my 3 words are very ordinary compared to Oscar's. What will Sibel think? My words are so ordinary and simple. Phileas takes a deep breath. He finds all the love he has in his heart, and then he utters his words. Off they float to Sibel like beautiful butterflies. Now, what do you think these words are? He doesn't have a lot of money, but maybe he was lucky to get interesting or lovely words through his net. And these are the words he says: cherry, ruby, and chimes, like the bell. Now, when we hear these words, and said with all his love, what comes to your mind when you hear the word cherry? What comes to your mind when you hear the word ruby? What do you associate with ruby? And what comes to your mind when you hear the word chimes? This ringing of the bells. So sometimes words are ordinary and simple, but they create all kinds of associations. And probably this is what happened to Cybele. Look at how she is hearing those words. And Cybele looks at Phileas, and she has no words to use. So instead, because she has no words, she gently and softly kisses Phileas' cheek. Look, all these words floating. Are they Oscars? Where are these words coming from? And Phileas has one more word left. He captured it a long time ago in a butterfly net. He has been saving it all this time. He looks at Cybele right in the eyes and says his word. Now, what do you think this word is? Which word would you have saved if you had been Phileas? And this is the word he said. Again. And that is the end of the story. Phileas' fortune. I hope you liked it.